Tēnā koutou katoa, no mai, haere mai, and welcome to the Hutt Valley, Fraser Park in Lower Hutt for round 2 of the National Under-85 Cup competition. This is going to be between the Avalon Wolves and the Wellington X-Men, and we're pleased to be bringing you this live on Huddy Sports YouTube in partnership with New Zealand Rugby. The Under-85 club competition's been around for a few years now, and what a great knockout competition it is. Avalon have been to the semi-finals on 2 occasions, narrowly missing out on the final. The Wellington X-Men yet to make a semi-final in the national comp. They finished as winners of the Under-85 Div 2 competition here in Wellington, winning the Tony O'Brien Shield that day, beating Parramatta Plimerton in the Tony O'Brien final. The Avalon Wolves, they were 4th in the Paul Potiki final in Div 1. They narrowly missed out on making the final. And of course last week they travelled up to Palmerston North to take on Massey University, and they won that game 53 points to 0. So Avalon Wolves looking in fine form heading into this match this afternoon. The Wellington X-Men played Hastings at home last week at Haitarai Park, and that was a 27 points to 19 win for the Wellington X-Men. They'll be hoping they can continue on with their winning ways. They started the season with a few losses early on, but as the season has gone on, they have improved and got in fine form. There's the Wellington X-Men on your screen, folks, and they are going through their last minutes of preparation before we get this round 2 match underway. Looking at the Wellington team, fullback is Nick Benito, the wings are Will Julian and Nick Wilson. Midfield is Thomas Moore and Harry Bardo Burnett. First 5 is Ryan Sorgas. Halfback is Will Cosgriff. 8 is Zian Gura-Wardenut. 7 is Nakota Lewis. 6 is Jack Kovacs. The locks are Bede Langdon and Cody Milne. And the front row is Noah Merkin, Finlay Jeffrey and Mark Isaacs. For the Avalon Wolves, their team list: fullback is Jacob Tainui. The wings are Paheda Brown and Damien Austin. Midfield is Dazelle Kepper and Kobe Joe Vulu. First 5 is Matu Samuel. Halfback is Manu Oliver. 8 is Toby Oliver. 7 is Matt Edmonds. 6 is Seti Timu. The locks are Ryan Penny and Captain Mike Francis, wearing no number on his jersey this afternoon. The front row is Ronan Oliver, Brett Hodgetts and Cody Turley. Those are the team lists for this match this afternoon. Avalon have gone back into the changing rooms, getting ready for this match. Wellington electing to stay out and continue their warm-up. Weather conditions today, it's overcast at the moment, but the weather is scheduled to open up and pour down with rain eventually, so hopefully it holds out for this game. At the moment, the field here at Fraser Park, number 1, is in immaculate condition. 3 years ago, they relaid this field. It's now a sand-based surface that is in top nick, and it's a great facility out here at the Ricoh Sports Centre at Fraser Park. There's actually a Phoenix women's game going on behind us on the other side of the building on the artificial turf. Here's the Avalon Wolves coming out of the changing rooms. Live on Huddy Sports YouTube, and for another incentive for these players, not many of them ever get to make a representative team playing 85 rugby, and so some of them this afternoon will actually be watched by some of the selectors that are going to pick a New Zealand Under-85 team that will tour Asia after the competition finishes. So for a lot of these players, there's some selectors here watching and keeping an eye on them, and they could well and truly be selected for national honours. There's Steve Newson on the screen. He is the referee today. He's refereed over 90 Premier games and was a former mechanic, and there is one of his former bosses in Trevor Walker, who used to be his boss until he retired. Both of them have said that the refereeing team today is called Dad's Army. So also assisting them this afternoon is Alan Barry. He's the other assistant referee. We'll be joined in commentary very soon by injured Premier referee Ethan Loveridge. Ethan, of course, refereed under 85 rugby, refereed one of the great finals in the Paul Portiki here in Wellington a few years ago. We'll get on to talk about that. It involved the Avalon Wolves playing Upper Hutt that day. So, pristine conditions here at Fraser Park as we're all set for a big weekend here on Hardy Sports YouTube to kick off with the National Under 85 Cup competition. Round 2, the Avalon Wolves and the Wellington X-Men Sugarwoods. Eventually the players making their way out onto the field. Avalon numbers might be a bit interesting this afternoon. After the season, some of the players misplaced some of their jerseys. Referee Newson gets this match underway. Avalon kicking towards the western side of Fraser Park. Kicked into touch by Sawgus, and this will be the first line out of the match. 10 metres away from halfway, northern end of Fraser Park, number 1. And Avalon with the first throw this afternoon. Eventually the ball arrives. Aaron Froh gone into touch. And it'll be the Axemen who will get the line out throw. Here's Finlay Jeffrey. He's a former student of St. Pat's Town. Oh, nearly stolen there by the Avalon Wolves. They've got over the top of the ball. This could potentially be a turnover, but no, not to be that time. Nicely building up here for the Axemen. 6 metres over halfway into the hands of Lewis. Looking to hold him up, and he hit the ground now, so they have to release the ball. Here's Will Cosgriff. Passes it back to Sawgus. Sawgus kicks it down outside the 22. Well taken by Damien Austin. Kick goes down. Oh, knocked on and slipped there at that time by Nick Benito. But referee Newson is coming back for a penalty. And first one of the afternoon, and it's for offside. So first penalty. And a shot at goal has been called. So Ryan Sawgus, reliable kicker for Wellington X-Men. In the Tony O'Brien final, he was kicking them from well over halfway. So he's got plenty of distance. He's a talented sportsman, is Ryan Sawgus. He represented last year and this year the New Zealand under-19 cricket team. As you can see, it's got plenty of distance, and that is just short. So it fell flat in the end. Sawgus with the ball out to Benito. Runs into the heavy traffic. Avalon looking to hold him up. There's Cosgriff. Takes it out to the back. Got a Wardener, the captain of the Sugarwoods. Ball's been turned over. And a penalty as the Sugarwoods have come through the side. That time there, it was Jack Kovacs who was penalised for coming through the side. Decent kick. Line out for Avalon, roughly 3 metres away from halfway, directly in front of our commentary position here in the Ricoh Sports Centre balcony. A great view up here. Here's Brett Hodgetts. Successful line out. They take it out to the back line now in the hands of Samuel. And Avalon looking to speed up and make this fast, enterprising play. Nicely going on. It's been lost in contact, and Cosgrove picks up the scrappy ball. He'll be brought down free away from the 10-metre mark. Good award in it. Good build-up here again by the Axemen. Saugus. Langdon receives the pass. He hails from Matamata College. They're looking to hold him up. He's trying to get his knees on the ground. And now they have to... Oh, it's been turned over. Became unplayable. And so it's going to be the first scrum this afternoon. Avalon with the feed. Avalon this season, the under-85 coached by Thomas Chiara. And their manager and also club president and chairman, Troy O'Kane, is the manager. So we'll have a reset. In the hand, the ball was in the hands of Manu Oliver, most naturally gifted player in the team. He's a roofer during the week. Nice healthy crowd out here at Fraser Park watching this game. Fed in, and it's going to be a free kick against the Axemen. And tapped quickly. Good work there by the number 8, Toby Oliver. And our co-commentator has just arrived into the commentary box, and the Wolves will get a penalty. No clear release. And right. Ethan, welcome.
Thank you, Brad. My apologies. There was a riveting Division 3 final at Silverstream that St Bernards were leading 8-0 at half-time. And then I had to park in central Lower Hutt to get down here, so...
Well, anything with Lower Hutt.
Busy afternoon down here.
We'll charge anything these days.
Oh, you can complain to the mayor tomorrow. He'll be out in the middle, so...
Well, we have the Avalon Wolves inside the 22 for the first time. 6.5 minutes gone. 0 was the score. And we were saying just before you arrived, Ethan, you've refereed a number of under-85 games. Of course, you refereed Avalon in a final. I can't remember what year it was. I think it was 2021, was it?
18.
18, yes.
On the number 3 field.
Out the back, into the hands of Kepa. Passes out to Timu. And so the Axemen are being tested here. Kick through. This is going to be workable if it works out. Just juggling around a bit like AFL at the moment. And the Axemen managed to get the ball amongst the juggle. Saugus, an acting halfback, gives out to Gordo Wardena, who's been carried back into the end goal. And that's going to be a 5-metre scrum for Avalon.
Wonderful defensive pressure there by Avalon.
Pats on the back going to the number 8, Toby Oliver.
And fair enough too, they've had some, both of these teams have had a lot of success. Of course, the Axemen winning their Division 2 final earlier this year, and now these two teams getting to meet again, such as the nature of this national comp. Not sure who the winner's going to go on to play or where, but
not too sure. I always wonder how they work it out.
Yeah, but no, look, it's a wonderful incentive. It's always good rugby, and yeah, sure we're seeing some really good rugby in the first 8 minutes or so of this game as we have the obligatory reset.
Yes, there's a second scrum of the game, second reset as well.
Of course, the beauty of under-85s rugby is the packs are often very evenly weighted, so it makes for a good contest.
Out to the backs, low pass, picked up well by Samuel. Charging through, rolling! There's the first try. Excellent work there by the Avalon Wolves, and it's Kobe Jovulu who has gone over to score for the Avalon Wolves, as we see there in the replay. He managed to juggle around and roll over. He's a product of St. Pat's Silverstreamers, Kobe Jovulu. actually during the season played for Hutt Old Boys Marist Premier side, because in the under-80 comp, you are allowed to have some players come into the side.
And that only adds to the quality of the national comp as well. So that was all started by defensive pressure that the Wolves put the Sugarwoods on under. They got their reward through the scrum, and the first 5-pointer goes to the Wolves.
So Hodgetts kicks it through. 7-0 is the score, and you're already seeing the danger signs there of the Avalon Wolves, what they can do. You've got a powerful weapon in Kobe Joe Vulu.
Yeah, they sure have.
He probably scored one of the best tries I've ever seen when he was playing for the first 15 at Silverstone. They're playing St. Bede's, and somehow the most difficult margin and gap, he was able to dance over the top of the forwards and plung the ball down with one hand. It was
what year was that? Last year?
No, it was 2020. I think it was 2021 from memory. It was a pretty impressive try. Yes, 2021 it was. It was when that try was scored. The Wolves looking to stretch it out again. Mike Francis, the captain, he's wearing no number. There's the lock. Oh, look at this. They're building up nicely down here. Approaching halfway. 5 in from the northern end of Fraser Park. But the Wolves have been penalised.
They've done enough of the penalty there, side entry, I think referee Newson has said.
Oh.
So Avalon looking dangerous out wide there, Brad. And of course we saw the Axemen win a very wet and boggy and windy final about a month or so ago.
Yes, well, that was pretty outrageous conditions.
Slightly different conditions today, so it'll be interesting to see how they can kind of cope with the slightly dry conditions we've got today. It's threatening to rain, but it's holding off at the moment.
Yes, well, if it's got the boys' final tomorrow, that's expected to be absolutely horrendous according to the weather conditions, and ruled not straight by referee Newson, much to displeasure of Kovacs, the blindside flanker for the Axemen. He is one of the strength and conditioning coaches at Wellington Rugby. And we're in much better commentary positions today, even unlike calling from a car that we did about 4 weeks ago.
Kia Sportage commentary box. Wonderful facilities here at Fraser Park.
Good push by the Axemen. The Wolves get it out in time. Samuel bangs it down. It potentially is on. And it's on, all right. Impressive kick. We see that on the replay.
That was wonderful. And they've gone quick. No. Yeah, taken it in front of the mark.
Oh, Steve Newson up with the play on that one, despite the fact he has a bit of a dodgy knee.
Yeah, he was telling me about that during the week, actually. I won't say how bad it is, but it's not quite as bad as mine. But it's wonderful to see Steve out there. He's been a wonderful servant to the Referees Association, and long may that continue, as long as his knee health holds up.
Messy line out by Avalon, and the Axemen get it. He's got a Wardener, and they're surrounding around him quickly, giving him no room whatsoever. Sawgust bangs it down, and the Wolves again have been penalised. This is the second time they've been caught offside rushing up.
Yeah, just getting a bit ego, I think. Halfback Cosgrove there didn't look overly under pressure, but it's one of those things you want to be managing early on if you can. So, unfortunately, all that hard work done by Avalon has been undone now. So the Axemen will look to relieve this pressure kick, and they do.
Oh, geez, our cameraman nearly got taken out then.
They're like a magnet. It's happened a few times.
Leave us alone, Ryan. What have we done? Taken well by Langdon. Stretch it out. Oh, knocked on by Lewis, and they pounce the Wolves. They look to stretch it out. Out to the backs they go. Messy play. Picked up by Brown. And penalised off their feet. I believe that one even.
Yep.
It's lucky enough Steve Newsom went down and probably has good knee then.
Surprised he could get up.
Well,
I shouldn't be saying anything, to be fair, because I definitely couldn't in my state, but that's all right.
Well, we are calling, they did say before the game, especially Trevor Walker, you see there on your screen, folks, they did call it the Dad's Army commentary team today.
Well, that's a bit rough.
So, Avalon going for the scrum. 5 inside the 22.
Well, they've had a solid scrum, Avalon, so it's hardly a surprise. And let's see what their backs can do. An interesting formation set up.
Of course, the under 85 comp has also seen some premier players that reached the end of their tether at that level, managed to playing an under 85 comp. And of course, we've had a former All Black player as well too, man, for Avalon. Scott Waldron played a few years ago. I think rumours go that he may have made a cameo this year too.
Well, it's wonderful if he did. He's been very loyal to Avalon over many years, have the Waldron brothers.
Here's Vulu, high pass out to Jacob Tainui. Tainui, he's got to go himself, is he? Oh, he just gets it down in time. As we have a look at the replay, and he did the dummy to get around Benito, the fullback. Cosgrove did his best to hold him up, but Tainui able to get that down.
Cosgrove doing well there, unfortunately. The other tacklers around him weren't quite doing enough. But another try from a very strong Avalon Wolves scrum.
It was Jacob Tainui you see there on your screen. St Bernard's old boy. Connection with the Avalon club, the Tainui family, but he actually played for the Petone Premier Reserves this year. Had played 7 Premier games, last being against the Wellington X-Men in 2023. So, quite a unique kicking style. This one. And it's worked a treat. 14-0 is the score.
Strong start by Avalon. And the Axemen with all the work to do here. They haven't looked overly threatening thus far.
Well, there's some serious concerns for one of the Avalon players down in the 22. Jersey free, that is. Cody Turley. And Sam O'Kane is having to... Looks like they're going to replace him. They're going to do a bit of switcheroo of the jerseys because Avalon are a bit short on jerseys at the moment in stock.
Yeah, it doesn't look too good at all, unfortunately. I wonder what happened there.
Looks like it might be his lower ankle by the looks of it. So unfortunately, Turley's afternoon has come to an end. Well, Sam O'Kane isn't coming on just yet. Got one of the sponsors' jerseys on in Midnight Roofing, one of the sponsors of the Avalon Wolves. So, nearly 17 minutes gone, 14-0, Avalon in control. So, it's August. Kicked into the 22. Run it outside. Good run there that time by Manu Oliver. Swimming around quickly the Axemen. They have to find a way to get on the scoreboard quickly if they've got a chance in this match. Kick's gone out on the full. Yeah, I think so. So Jamie Walker has come on to the field for Avalon, replacing Cody Turley. That was a message just run up by Sam O'Kane. So we've got a player who's also a messenger for the broadcast this afternoon. Benito stretching it out towards Will Julian, kicks it in.
Ooh.
Oh, it's messy at the back for the Wolves. Has it been carried back? It's just outside. Cosgrove pushed out of the way.
Oh,
Charged down. And knocked on. Oh, it's all over the place at the moment.
Oh, that could have gone anywhere.
Well,
wonderful pressure there by the Axemen.
Wow.
They did well to turn that around. I thought that kick by the winger there didn't look flash because there were several Avalon players there, but they couldn't quite hang on to it. And now the Axemen with their best attacking chance of the game.
Yeah, at first I thought that kick, what would you do there? But it worked out, didn't it? Bounced around like a pinball machine. And eventually, the Axemen now have scrum 5 metres away from Avalon's try line, but the push comes on. They've got to get it out quickly. It's out and picked up. And unfortunately, ruled not gone. I think that is the right call. Unfortunately, that time, Matt Edmonds dived down, but you'll just see on the screen that he knocked it on. So
I'm sure there'll be plenty of people wondering why Avalon didn't get a penalty in that situation. The Axemen scrum, although under pressure, they obviously didn't concede an infringement. So you are allowed to push the scrum as far as you like if you're good enough, and unfortunately Avalon have done a good job in getting back another 5-10 metres, but the Axemen still with a relatively strong platform if they can get it out quicker.
Cosgrove, oh, that's a lot quicker, off with Goodawarder. Goodawarder out to Cosgrove. He manages to slip around the tackle. Got to get players there quickly, the Axemen. That potentially could have been stolen by Avalon. Pick and go. Cosgrove takes it in himself.
Avalon were offside there.
So, penalty comes. It's the third time they've been penalised for offside in this match. Inside what they call the red zone, the referees, is where you've got to be extra careful, isn't it, Ethan?
Sure do. Too many penalties down here will result in a card of some description.
So, going for the line out, be Finlay Jeffrey. One of the interesting facts about this Wellington team, their whole front row is all ginger.
Just about to ask that question, Brett.
Secured. Oh, they're holding them up on stilts.
They can't hold them up there like that. You've got to be careful.
Yeah, it's very dangerous. That could potentially be turned over. No, they get it out in time. Here goes Cosgrove. Passes it out. The ball's down. It's a try. And the try goes to Will Julian, who alongside Ryan Sawgust are members of the New Zealand Under-19 cricket team. And the Axemen are on the board. 14-5 with the conversion to come.
They sure are. Came from the line out. They were very lucky that they got the jumper down in time. But the Axemen probably playing to their strengths a little bit. Being strong on the forward pack and the pick and go. And Cosgrove, well, he picked it up. I thought he might have been able to go himself, but found his teammates and they did the rest. So Wellington now back in this game.
So Ryan Sawgust, the conversion attempt.
It's not a bad one.
Not a bad one, but it drifts away. So the score will remain 14-5, 21.5 minutes gone. And the first half. Of course, these two teams have played each other earlier in the season in the JC Bowl, and that was a 40 points to 24 win to Avalon that day, played out at Hutt Park. So Avalon and also the Axemen with some recruits post-season with this national comp. Oh, nearly that time for Manu Oliver. But it's actually been ruled a line out for Avalon.
Must have bounced off the Axemen winger there.
Well, referee Newson's actually ruled it a scrum.
Well, actually, sorry,
Wellington.
it was actually a knock-on by Avalon in the take, wasn't it? So, fair call in the end.
One good thing, they are mic'd up today, the referees, so that makes life a lot easier. Good pressure applied by the Wolves. Axemen got to get it out quickly. They do so out to Saugus. Centre field. Running into the heavy traffic. That time Wellington.
Tackle there, got a release.
Cosgrove with the box kick. Kicks it down to Damien Austin, who goes down the wing. Fends out of one, fends off two. Still going, but he's just hit the touchline. Brilliant run there by Damien Austin.
Sure was. And the Axemen defence doing enough, despite getting bumped off a couple. They didn't give up.
He was very experienced.
Managed to get him into touch.
Very experienced at this level was Austin, over 150 games for Avalon. 85 rugby.
Yeah, that's not a bad effort there. He was probably part of that final I rift.
Oh, is that knocked on? No, it's gone backwards, said referee Newson.
Ooh, careful flying into a ruck like that.
Well, an offside again. So Avalon coming up very quickly. Something.
Notice we haven't seen too many breakdown penalties, Brad.
No, we haven't.
A lot of them have been for offside.
Good kick again by Sawgust. Line out 8 metres inside Wolves territory. So the temperatures just started to drop a bit, and just looking to the north, it looks like it's rain might be coming soon.
It's looking a little misty. I wonder if that might have an impact in this game as it goes on. It's overthrown, but the Axemen still have it.
Picked up well that time by Merkin.
Oh, that's high.
So the advantage has been played. Building nicely. Axemen just having a bit of a momentum swing here for them. Has come back for the penalty. Rip of the contest of the ball. Now this is in kickable range for Sawgust. And he's going to have a shot at goal. Oh no, he's not. He's going to the line. I thought he indicated he was having a shot, but no.
If that wind might played a bit of a factor in that decision. The line-out's been reasonably solid, the Axemen, so it's hardly a shot that they're going for.
So, Jeffrey. Got an impressive moustache as well, too. He's got the handlebars.
And mullet combo.
Yep. Oh, that time to go again. Here's Jeffrey. Rumbling through. Avalon having to put in the pressure inside their own 22 now. Off the back they go. Good tap. Slow down there by the Wolves. In the hands of Merkin. Looking to hold him up.
Done fairly well there, Avalon.
They've done very well indeed. Is that a knee on the ground, is it? No, it's not yet.
Well, it's a maul now, so if this doesn't come back, it will be an Avalon scrum. Yep.
Well, great effort there by Avalon.
Yeah, just a bit high into contact, that tackle there. He had a support player outside him, but just didn't quite get it away in time, and that's the danger. Avalon doing very well there to hold that.
Well, and the rain has arrived, folks. It's just got a bit darker. Don't have to worry too much up here. We're well sheltered. Now that rain actually, unfortunately, I cursed myself then. The rain is actually coming in.
We need to. Just needed a southerly wind, unfortunately.
Yep. And we're just adjusting our commentary box here just to be a little bit drier. Sorry to our cameraman. Just move. Oh, it's really belting down now. Stretched out by Avalon. Well, folks, it is absolutely bucketing down. 5 minutes ago, it looked absolutely pristine. But we are in Wellington, and conditions can change very quickly.
Axemen, another good line out.
Off goes Cosgrove.
And I'm wondering if this might play into the Axemen's hands a little bit.
Yes, and we'll change the dynamic of the game, that's for sure.
Turnover.
Turned over that time there by Matt Edmonds. Now out to the back line they go. Oh, loose pass. And here they go, Kobe Joe Vulu. Vulu passes infield out to Austin. Oh, comes off the head of the Wellington player. And knocked on is the call.
And I've got no clue where this rain's coming from, Brad, but it's swirling around a little bit.
Doesn't right. We've had to go back about nearly 10 metres and still getting wet.
To go inside the club rooms if we're not careful.
There's a cover in there, Tammany.
That's the beauty about watching rugby in Wellington from various vantage points, as there's a injury stoppage for someone. Gives us a chance to get our gear a little bit drier. No matter whether you're undercover or not, there's a good chance that you're still going to get wet. Nothing a spare jacket doesn't fix.
Don't worry about that hand, folks. That's our cameraman just putting a cover on the camera to keep it dry.
Might as well leave it on for tomorrow.
Might as well too, yeah.
So that injury break came at quite a good time, actually.
It sure did. And a reset scrum. It's just amazing, this rain. It's got a mind of its own, doesn't it, Ethan?
Sure does. I was just saying, while you had your headphones off, doesn't matter where you watch rugby in Wellington, whether you're undercover or not, you're probably still going to get wet. So, not that I'm sure it'll bother the players too much.
And a penalty for the Axemen.
Pulling down. So they get another chance to relieve the pressure for the meantime.
8 minutes to go to half time. And the Axemen will have a line out. Pretty much right just outside the 10-metre mark of Avalon territory. So Jeffrey with the line out throw again. Onto the back. Cosgrove at the base, rolls out. Milner acting halfback. He scored a vital try in the Tony O'Brien Shield final for the Axemen that gave them the win. In the Div 2 final. Loose pass gone backwards, picked up by Saugus. Entry out wide. Good contest at the back, and now they stretch it out again. Roll out, that's been knocked on. And so can the Wolves capitalise? Unfortunately, we're going to have a bit of time off here.
There was a tackle off the ball and back play there, if you were good enough to spot it. So it looks like we have a union meeting.
Trevor Walker, former secretary of the association.
You see two current members just to the right there, Trevor Crouchman and Ian Lang, also on the executive of the WRRA. Trevor, of course, a life member of Stokes Valley, who had a under-85 team for a wee while there.
Yeah, they sure did.
I think the majority of them ended up coming back to Avalon.
Well, the meeting has concluded. And there's a card coming, it's a yellow.
Yep, a little bit unnecessary there.
And that is, unfortunately, Toby Oliver. That is being sent to the sin bin.
Yeah, if you're at home, feel free to go back and have another look. It was a tackle off the ball, and it was lifting. So, regardless, it was always going to be at least a penalty, but didn't need to happen, really. It's pretty poor discipline there from Avalon on that occasion. And the Axemen, well, they've got a player advantage now. And they're going to need to make this count.
So, knocked back, but ruled not straight. So it's going to be a scrum for the Avalon Wolves.
Yeah, this is where they're probably not helping that cause. But the Avalon scrum's been solid, and so it's going to be very interesting to see with a player down how well they go. As we're somehow still getting rained on.
It's just got a mind of its own. We're going to have to probably push back forward. Well, speaking of going forward, free kick against the Axemen. And so here goes Avalon, but they've knocked the ball on into contact. They're pleading for a strip, but no.
No, I think that was the right call there by referee Newsom. Just a poor carry. So the Axemen will get themselves another opportunity.
Another opportunity for them. Yeah, 5.5 minutes till half time. Might have to readjust the commentary box a bit. It seems to come in stages, this rain, doesn't it, into this covered area. Oh, Cameron's doing a great job. Here we go. Out to the back. Messy play there by the Axemen and picked up by Avalon. Down to 14 men are the Wolves. Kick down. Down to Benito, the fullback. He advances over halfway. 14-5 is the score. 4.5 minutes left in the first half. It's been a willing contest. Cosgrove fires it back to Saugus. Slips in that one. Kicks it down towards the 22. Good run by Samuel. Building up. Take it back out through Brown. Hodgetts tries to roll out, gets it over the 10-metre mark. Manu Oliver reaching in. Back out to Samuel. Back out again. They're really struggling to get past this Axemen defence at the moment, Ethan.
They sure are. Axemen putting up a good fight, but then they get the penalty too. Holding on. Not sure who that was. It might have been Cosgriff in there. They get the penalty, and that's a very good reward for strong defensive play. But Avalon doing well despite being down to 14.
They're doing very well. Saugus not going for the kick again. He kicked it deep down to the 22. Excellent kick.
Sure was. And they're about 5 metres inside the 22. See if they can get this throw straight.
So Jeffrey, a few wobbly line-out throws so far. That time a lot better. Out to Cosgriff. Hands of Lewis. Lewis brought down on a good tackle. They pick and go again, this time through Langdon. Oh, excellent work by Cody Milne. He likes getting close to the try line. Are they over the ball, the Avalon Wolves? A nice messy play. Picked up quickly by Cosgriff. He offloads it out to Merkin.
Lucky not to concede a penalty there, Avalon. Their halfback was very slow to roll away.
Back in the hands of Cody Milne again. Cosgriff goes himself. Not much to the little halfback, but he's an aggressive whippersnapper. Held from Auckland Grammar.
Veteran of the Axemen Premier side.
Oh, knockback! Oh, that was open space there.
Probably didn't need to happen, but Avalon were offside again.
Well, it's a penalty directly in front of the posts. But there, Jack Kovacs, I think he got a bit of white line fever.
I think they did. The Axemen probably just need to be a little bit more patient.
Well, they're not going to go for the points, Ethan. They're going to go for the scrum.
I think fair enough. They can get a try before half-time and potentially only be down by 2. Then they'll go in with that very important psychological advantage going into the half-time.
Just having a bit of time off here. Looks like Steve Newson's just going to check welfare of one of the Avalon players by the looks of it. Doesn't look too well, does he, Ethan?
No, I'm not quite sure what's going on. Maybe he's just a little bit dazed and confused, or had a bit of a knock. He was slow to roll away at one of those breakdowns. So I wonder if he may have just got a little niggle or... Hardly moving. It looks like he might be coming off.
Just these days with concussion, that's all. And any other relating injuries.
Looks like it might be a leg injury.
Might be a leg injury by the looks of it, but just don't want to risk making it any more serious. But it's Thomas Chiara, the coach, who's helping him off. He's actually registered to play. He's down in jersey 22, but looks like he's got no effort to actually go and get any uniform on. Played over 100 games for the Avalon Premier side as Thomas. Well, we're just waiting for referee Newson to call time back on. That's 2 players gone off injured now for Avalon.
It's going to make their jobs just ever so slightly harder.
And so coming on in jersey 3 is going to be Shane Redder. He's actually played, he had previously played for Avalon, but for the last few years actually played for the Hutt Old Boys under 85s team. Here's an interesting fact about Shane Redder. He's actually a rock and roll dancer. So he looked like he might be causing some rock and roll out there this afternoon.
That would be a good way to keep your weight down.
You don't want to see any referees do rock and roll, that's for sure.
No.
That being Jamie Feme too. Caught it, Water, nearly getting close to the line that time. A metre short. Oh, Jeffries knocked it on. Oh,
Avalon have the advantage.
And Avalon electing to play it. At the back. Oh, knocked on in the in goal by Vulu, but we'll come back for the first infringement.
Well, again, just getting a little bit over eager. The Axemen. An old adage, eh? You hold on to the ball for long enough, you'll score. And at the moment, they're just probably just overdoing it. They've got that player advantage and really making the most of it at the moment, but they've got one extra in the scrum, so let's see if they can make this happen.
So the Avalon Wolves with the scrum feed. Fed in.
Still solid by Avalon.
Oh, carried back. It's a loose ball. Has it been awarded? It's a try. It's a try. It's been awarded. The Axemen are in.
Well, just as I say, the Axemen haven't done enough. They pulled that out of the bag. The scrum went down, but the ball was at the back. It was messy by Avalon. And the Axemen
well,
through their flanker.
Jack Kovacs.
That was good awareness by him. Good pressure.
Well, he could have got a try earlier, but he knocked the ball on. But this time he made sure he grounded the ball.
Well, a bit of redemption. And the Axemen with that all-important try before half-time. And there's a relatively straightforward conversion. 12.
14-12 is the score at half-time. The conversion successful by Saugust. And, well...
Game on.
Game on, when many thought that probably after the first 20 minutes, Avalon were in total control. Now, though, it's a 2-point ball game. Avalon ahead by 2, but the Wellington X-Men for the last 20 minutes have had all the ball in the territory. What's the second half going to have in store, folks? We'll be back in a few minutes for the second half. Welcome back, and we just had to push the table back a little bit further because the rain has got more and more heavier as half time. I blame it on one of the spectators up here. He said, oh, it might get heavier soon, and what happened a minute later? It did. Well, Ethan, thoughts on the first half?
Well, close game. Avalon had all the momentum early as the Axemen kick off. And, well, the Axemen, that ended the second half better. Avalon, of course, still a player down in the sin bin, and they've lost that forward. And the Axemen putting pressure on early from the kick-off. And they will have the first scrum feed of the second half. Of course, they have that player advantage, and I'm sure they'll be looking to make the most of that for the next few minutes until he's brought back on. Really good set-piece battle here we've seen, Brad. Avalon probably been the slightly more dominant side at scrum time, even though they've got that player down. Just a bit unsteady.
So, 2 players off injured in the first half for Avalon. That could be interesting how they adjust to that, also being a man down. Here's Cosgrove with the ball in hand. He's been pretty impressive for the Axemen, has the halfback. And scrums have just been a little bit messy. So, scrums coming together again. 14-12 at half-time. Fed in by Cosgrove. Good scrum by the Axemen. They stretch out to the backs now. Saugus with a good charge. This is brilliant here by him. They're up to the 22 now. The Axemen hot on attack. Cosgrove passes it out to Milne. Still going as Milne. So, advantage now being played, not rolling away. Can they capitalise further, the Axemen? Into the hands of Moore. Be another advantage. This one for a high tackle. Cosgrove picks and goes again. Ball still available. Saugus at acting halfback. He looks for a cross kick. It's going to bounce safely for Avalon, but will come back. And they'll have 2 penalties to choose from here, Reef and Loveridge.
Yeah, not sure what one they're going to go for. Probably the more centre field one, I would think. They might look to nudge 3 points over if they choose to go that way, and some subs being made early on. And it looks like they're going to go for a shot at goal, but there's some subs being made somewhere, I think. Can't help but think that subs should have been made at half-time rather than 2 minutes into the second half. But
oh, actually, I think that's actually this Simbin player coming back on. It is. It's Toby Oliver, who was yellow carded.
Being reminded by referee Newsom that another yellow infringement by him will result in a red. Discipline will need to be better this half. Just trying to, as the penalty kick goes over. So the Axemen take the lead. I'm just trying to see if I could find the other result, the under-85 repeat of the Paul Potiki Shield final. Tawa Ducks and the OBU Scallywags. That's being played out at Lyndhurst Park. That'll be a good game of rugby. I think that kicked off around 2:30. I can't quite see any live scores anywhere yet, but get that to you if we can.
So Avalon now back to full complement of players. Get into the 22. And Cosgrove gets off the tackle of Edmonds. Looking to run it out for the 22, still running into this defence. 15-14 is the score. Oh, knocked on! Messi. Saugus unfortunately slipped. It looked like he slipped on the turf and then knocked the ball forward. And Avalon pounce. And can they strike back and take back the lead? Through with Edmonds. 4-way. Samuel. Out to the fullback, Tainui. Oh, it's greasy on that surface. I don't think these players have got long enough sprigs on. Out they go again.
Advantage being played.
Mike Francis. Need to stretch it out, Avalon. Goes through! And the try's been awarded.
He's stretched out there, as he's entitled to do.
By Header Brown.
The Axemen pleading for a knock-on, but that never happened.
Good try there by Avalon.
This weather, Brad, is having a big impact already. He wasn't under heaps of pressure there, Saugus, but he knocked the ball on, and unfortunately, Wellington didn't have the lead for very long.
So it'll be Brett Hodgetts to convert the try.
Is that normal? You don't see too many players with their drink bottle and headgear in front of the ball.
No. There are some weird superstitions in rugby.
I noticed that in the first half.
Version successful. 21-15. And Avalon back in front. And unfortunately, that was an uncharacteristic mistake by Saugus.
Yeah, it was. He'll be disappointed by that, but Wellington have a good opportunity now. They put pressure on Avalon at the last kick-off. I'm sure they'll be looking to do the same. They're certainly not out of it, the Axemen.
So Saugus with the ball in hand. Right back behind the halfway line. Kicks it down to the 22.
They better not go dead.
It's gone over the touch and goal line.
So yep, they're going to go for a scrum.
All the way back to halfway. Really testing the knee out for Steve Newsom.
He'd probably be a bit annoyed by that, having to run 20 metres and then run back.
Well, the balcony is filled up here at the Ricoh Sports Centre, where we're commentating from. People have decided to.
There's good support down. Good support numbers down the sideline too, despite the weather. It shows you how popular and important this competition's become, Brad.
Certainly has been. Of course, some of these players are going to be watched by selectors to be selected in that New Zealand and under-85 team. To Tour Asia, Tainui kicks it through, cuts the Axemen open, bounces, picked up by Benito. He gets isolated. This could be a turnover for Avalon. Oh no, there's an advantage being played against them, going off their feet.
They all fell off, unfortunately. They just couldn't quite. Yeah, they've been doing that all day. That's always a good one. Going for the ball, but falling off their feet, unfortunately. All 3 or 4 players that were in that breakdown. This might not be. Oh no, it is out.
No, it's been kept in by Tainui, the fullback, only by the narrowest of margins. 8 metres away from halfway. Avalon having to build up through the hands of Kepa. Building nicely again for Avalon, starting the better in the second half.
No, that was carried back that time, so this won't be a 50-22, but regathered by the Axemen.
Taken by Wilson, but unfortunately out on the full. And he just crouches down, knowing his mistake.
Yep, another uncharacteristic mistake by the Axemen there, putting themselves under pressure now. So Avalon will have the line out just outside the Axemen 22. Of course, Brad, you mentioned just before, these players will be being looked at by New Zealand selectors. First year they're having a New Zealand under-85 team, and a wonderful opportunity for these players to potentially play some first-class rugby.
Yes, a tour of Asia.
Otherwise wouldn't happen normally, so...
Not too sure where in Asia they're going to. Some suspect Thailand.
So they don't go through any caves.
So line-outs have been a little bit messy here at the moment, but we've finally got it sorted. Gaps have been addressed. Hodgex looks to throw it in. Secured well, out to the backs they go. Messi at the back, but juggled well, picked up by Tainui. Oh, look at him go. Head away from the 22. Oh, Messi ball again. But they managed to keep control of it. Here's Edmonds charging those legs as he rumbles into the 22. Kovacs rolls out of the way. Francis, long-serving captain, keeps working hard. Oh, knocked backwards as that ball becomes more and more greasy. And a penalty against the Axemen. That was Kovacs offside. They take it quickly.
They went back 10 either, so they might be under an advantage again.
Here's Vulu. Vulu gets it down, does he?
I think he did. It certainly looked like the ball was grounded.
Premier Rugby experience. We'll just have a look on our replay, what we can see.
Yep, try's been awarded.
Try's been awarded. Kobe Jovulu has 2. 2 tries in this match for Kobe Jovulu.
Well, unfortunately for the Axemen, that try came courtesy of a mistake. And then they were offside again in the midfield. And Avalon had the quick wits about them. They took the tap quickly, got it wide. And in these slippery, wet conditions, they did well there to get that ball down.
Done extremely well. 2 mistakes now by the Axemen and the 22. And they've led to tries. It's cost them dearly.
Can't be doing that.
So,
especially when they got off to such a good start to the second half.
The conversion attempt is 5 out from the 22, right on the northern touchline. Looks like this is going to be Brown who's going to kick this one.
Bad kick.
Not a bad attempt, but unsuccessful. So score remained 26 points to 15. And you get the sense that the Axemen are going to have to score quickly soon if they've got a chance.
Yeah, they sure are. Still under just half an hour to go, so plenty of rugby to be played. But if they keep making mistakes like that, it's certainly not going to help their cause. As I like this kickoff technique, Brad. He's right far back, giving his players the best chance to chase this.
Down in the 22 it goes. Picked up by Francis. Trying to get over the top of that is Mark Isaacs. One of the ginger triplet front row for the Axemen. Fired back to Samuel.
That's a wonderful kick.
It's a brilliant kick indeed, and it goes over halfway, nearly over the touchline, but Axemen keep it in. Benito kicks it into touch.
Equally good kick on return. That was not out on the full, as that was not. I'm adamant, as is Trevor Walker. He has made the right decision here.
Well, we're just going to have time off as there's a bit of a debate going on.
I think that was kicked into the 22. The Axemen picked it up and then kicked it downfield. I think they've made the right decision here, Trevor and Steve. Of course, it's always tricky when there's several people on the sideline pointing fingers. But I think they've definitely made the right call there. And it's stolen by the Axemen to rub salt into the wound.
So the Axemen with the ball. Cosgrove under pressure, gives it out to Wilson. Stretch it out now. Ooh, flying that one. It was a little high again. It's a few high tackles against them now. Cosgrove kicks it down just outside the 22.
They're going to go back. That was a flying tackle. Probably lucky he didn't make full contact there, otherwise he may have found himself in a spot of bother.
So, high tackle, penalty. So, Saugus. Well, he's got that knee taped as well, just the lower part of his knee on his right leg there, Saugus. So line out, just 10 out from the 22, southern end of Fraser Park, number 1. The two gingers have a quick talk to each other. Here's Jeffrey.
Guarantee you there's no other team playing in the country with an all-ginger front row.
Oh, it's just
fantastic.
Just terrific, isn't it? Lewis Case takes it up. And they stretch it out again. Axemen with a rare opportunity with the ball. Here goes Merkin. Aggressive prop keeps going. Benito offloads it to Cosgrove. He floats a floaty pass over the top. Kicked it and sealed by... Oh, nearly again for Sawgust. Nearly that time. And here's Jacob Tainui. Those dancing feet still going as Jacob Tainui kicks it. Just in field, but is it out on the full?
Yeah, I think it is. Yep. Trevor Walker was right there. That time definitely out on the full, but wow. It could have gone so very differently for the Avalon Wolves. Had the bounce of the ball gone Surgas's way, he could have been in the corner.
There's a light vision there by Uncle Trevor.
That sure was. And Avalon getting one back this time.
Line out's well contested so far. And it's deemed unplayable.
Yeah, a few players getting themselves in tricky positions, so I think that's good refereeing that by Steve Newson.
Yes, very well done.
A lot of referees that would probably blow that for not rolling away. See Finlay just getting stuck under the tackler there, so they go for the scrum.
Good scrum by the Wolves. Back out to Samuel, who puts up the high kick. They're looking to test Nick Wilson after his error in the 22 early a few minutes ago in the second half, but they've been penalised.
Yeah, scrum. I think there were a couple of infringements on both sides, but referee Newson penalising the tight head prop.
So 26-15 is the score, and a few substitutions happening now. Nearly midway through the second half. Time's back on. Oh, well contested again, nearly picked up by Merkin. Brown up to the task. Gets it acting halfback. Francis doing very well. As the rain pelts down again. Flicked over the top. Out to Austin. Throws it in field, picked up by Vulu. And Vulu still going. Saugus trying to slow him down. Oh, cut through! Excellent work by the number 8. And Oliver, and only 10 away from the line. Vulu tries to kick it through, banged down by the Axemen, but there's a penalty against them.
Offside again. Wonderful break by the number 8 there. Very similar to a breakaway try we saw in a Jubilee Cup final.
Yes, it was.
Got tackled that time, but yeah, probably looking to make amends there for that yellow card earlier on. And Avalon set another scrum. It's probably been their more dominant set piece today, so it's hardly a surprise.
Good option to take, since the lineouts have been, well, both sides really rather messy.
They've been well contested.
Yeah, they have been.
But they have been a bit messy at times, probably not helped by a slippery ball.
So Brown to feed the scrum. Vulu's come up. Passed out to Samuel. Samuel gives it out to Vulu. Can he get a hat-trick? Vulu could get a hat-trick here. He's got a hat-trick! Kobe Joe Vulu scores his third try.
Joe Vulu getting his third try of the afternoon. It was a wonderful set-piece move. And unfortunately, the Axemen just falling off too many tackles. And he's very happy with himself, and so he should be.
Oh, he's
been very dominant on attack.
And he's got those magical feet.
And the Axemen just not able to get him to ground. So the scrum, once again, working very well for Avalon.
Touch representative and softball representatives Kobe Joe Vulu. Starting centre for Hutt Old Boys Marist in the Premier competition this season. Hutt got to the semi-finals of the Jubilee Cup, only to be beaten by the eventual winners, Old Boys University. I think that conversion was missed.
Stayed down, so.
Well, so missed conversion.
It's a rarity, but Avalon now with a very, very comfortable lead with about 20 to go.
31-15. Big weekend here on Early Sports as well. You'll be joining myself tomorrow, Ethan, at 11:15 for the boys' first 15 final, Silverstream and Wellington College. Should be a spectacular game.
Very rare early start, but really looking forward to that one, Brad. Of course, Wellington College won their traditional earlier this year, courtesy of a late drop goal. And of course, Silverstream, probably the team in form in the last couple of weeks, so that'll be a wonderful game, and we hope you can join us on Huddy Sports tomorrow morning, 11:15, from Jerry Collins Stadium. It'll be a wonderful afternoon. There's Avalon really gained some metres now.
That is an excellent run by Avalon. They fire it back to the 22.
And this was carried back, so I suspect they'll be going back.
And they sure are.
Yep.
Jersey 20 for Wellington X-Men. Alex Schofield is on the field. Under 85 team for the Wellington X-Men is effectively known as the Sugarwoods. And they're called the Sugarwoods because they are sponsored by a bar in Wellington, which I heard that after the Tony O'Brien Shield match is where they spent most of Saturday evening.
And fair enough too. They deserved it after that tough, tenacious battle of that game.
Got a Wardener taking it up into contact. Hands with Lewis. Have to score quickly now, do the Axemen, if they're going to have a chance. Fire back to Saugus. Stretching out for the centres with Burnett. Burnett tries to cut through. Ball's there available. Bird could squat on that, but play on is the call through Louis Case.
A pretty big bird.
More like an albatross. Got a water nut brought down. They're 10 away from the line still. Here with a quarter Lewis. Slow coming again. Kovacs, one try to his name. He probably wants a second. Cody Milne offloads it to Jeffrey. Jeffrey supported by Lewis. Advantage has been played against Avalon. Merkin tries to roll out, slam to the turf. Avalon pushing them back. Here's Cosgrove. Knocked on again by Saugus. But that obviously that infringement, the arm out in the other direction before might have been for a knock on against Avalon, and that expired, so it's going to be a scrum for Avalon.
Yeah, they got lucky. Another unforced error. And the Axemen probably just trying to save us something out of this game. Still a bit of time left.
Still a bit of time. Sam O'Kane is onto the field. The reserve hooker. He's the son of Troy O'Kane, who's the club chairman of Avalon. St Bernard's old boy and a power lifter as well. His brother Quinn mostly played for the Colts this season and had a few games for the Avalon Premier side. Three-set scrum as Kobe Joe Verley takes a breather in the background there. 3 tries to your name, get yourself pretty tired. He's still got a smile on his face.
Yeah, it's good to see. There's about 16 or so minutes left as the rain comes back.
He just can't make its mind up, this rain. Fed in by Brown. Back out through the backs they go to try and cut them open. Keep it. Almost getting the break. Into the hands of Redder. Brought down by Milne. Flat kick. Kick down by Julian. And that just bounces inside the in goal. Oh, he's knocked it on, has he?
Well, if he's knocked that on in goal, it's a goal line drop. No, it's not. It'll be a scrum 5. Yeah, it will be.
Scrum 5 metres. Wow, Tainui, I don't know what he was thinking there, Ethan.
Yep, just put the ball down and get the goal line drop out, but...
Schofield nearly latching onto that one.
Yeah. Of course, the advantage was being played, so could have scored.
Wow. We've seen it. The Wellington X-Men make 2 errors inside their 22. Could this be costly for Avalon?
And the X-Men surely looking to get this out quickly, and they do.
And Sawgust out to Schofield. Big pass out to Will Julian. One out, gives it out to Hay, but Hay's been slammed over the touchline.
That's good defence by Avalon.
And there's one of the Axemen players, it's Will Julian taking a while to get up.
Not sure if the tackle was a little bit high, but certainly had a bit of a head knock.
He's quite slow getting up.
Taking the wind out of him. Don't know if it was late. May have been a little bit high, if anything, but...
Oh, he's back on his feet, so that's good news. Francis has been spoken to by referee Newson.
I wonder if this might be a penalty. Yeah, it will be. Obviously a little bit high. Referee Newson had the best view.
It's indicated no use of arms as well, I think, too, Ethan there.
Yeah, so just Avalon's discipline letting themselves down a bit. Well picked up by referee Newson. Quite often that goes missed. So Wellington, if they can secure a line out, certainly not going to be out of this. They're going to score 3 times, but...
Oh, they put it ball into quarantine, look to drive it. Jeffries at the back, supported by Godawardenut.
Avalon are going to have to be careful here.
Well, Cosgrove is reaching in, but it's still in the hands of the forwards. It's slow coming out. It's in a real struggle. Louis Case comes out. It's gone backwards. Oh.
They're off their feet, and this could be a card here again.
And it's just a bit of push and shove in the background, just not what we need.
And for that occasion, it was, I think they were off their feet.
Yeah, one of the players just came off his feet and slammed down. And the message has been given by Steve Newson. Luckily, we haven't got him mic'd up.
Hate to think what he could be saying.
Oh, exactly.
So Avalon, I'd say, are probably on their last warning now. If there's another indiscretion, it'd surprise me if there was a card, but that was a really good setup maul by the Axemen. Haven't seen too many driving mauls. We don't see too many in under 85s rugby.
Not a lot, no, but it nearly worked out for them.
It very nearly did, so I'm sure they'll be looking to do the same again.
Well, it looks like those people in the background there and are trying to get in through the door. I hope they know the code. He's on the phone now.
Of course, that was the old Taita Cricket Club.
Sure was. There's Jeffrey.
Oh, they might have that, Avalon.
It's been stripped.
No.
But no clear release.
No clear release, so will this be a yellow card? Perhaps not. Let's set another line out up or just go for a quick tap.
So Sawgus will kick it towards the 5x5. There's those 2 gentlemen there trying to get into the Taita Cricket Club, still trying to put the code in.
I think it might be a boxing gym now, bro.
Boxing gym.
Could be wrong.
I might have to box the door open to get in.
I don't know why we're concentrated on them. There's a really good game of rugby in front of us.
Here we go. They drive through again. Again, they score this try.
Oh, they're not far off, the Axemen.
Oh, they're pushing forward. Can they lunge it down? Who's got the ball?
Oh, they've been pushed back. Have they done
Jeffrey's
it
there.
legally?
This could be turned
Yeah,
over. It
they have.
is.
Wonderful defence by Avalon.
Excellent work.
Well, if anyone wants to see how to defend them all, well, that's the way to do it. It was unplayable and they got the turnover. That's 2-3-4, gentlemen, not 4-3-2.
1, 2, 3, 4 is the code. And of course, that being the old Taita Cricket Club, was actually over there, the green building was Lower Hutt City Football Club, but actually that used to be the club rooms of Hutt Valley Marist before it merged with Hutt Old Boys to become Hutt Old Boys Marist.
I can't say I knew that before, Brad. That's very interesting. And right next door to Avalon.
Yeah.
Of course, we're a merger of 9i Old Boys and Taita Rugby.
That's right, yes. I didn't know that because I used to play for Hutt Valley Marist when I was young, but...
How old are you?
No, I'm too old.
Happy birthday, by the way.
Oh, don't spoil it. No. Like 500 now, I think. So, yeah, but no, I used to play on junior rugby for Hutt Valley Marist a long time ago. Wasn't any good. They just shoved me on the wing. Well, we've finally got some action here. Scrum successful for Avalon. Looking to run it out from their in goal. Messy ball. Brown goes for the box kick under real pressure. Schofield takes it well. He's been wrestled by Tainui.
Another maul.
Another maul. And they're dragging him towards the touch line. These were on the ground.
And that might be a scrum again. That's out by the looks of things first.
So, flag of Trevor Walker comes up, and it's going to be...
Well, that's awesome
Avalon
defence
throw.
again by Avalon. They've really done well in holding the players up and earning themselves turnovers. They've been really strong at that today.
Now we've got a bit of a break from the rain, which is good news. Messi. Okay, and watches it go over. Referee Newson says it's going to be an Avalon scrum. Just about 9 minutes to go. 31-15 is the score. Avalon having the better of the second half.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Axemen just making too many unforced errors in bad areas of the field. Looks like the Wolves will have this game sewn up, but they've had a wonderful season, have the Axemen. Of course, getting the Wellington Football Club their first piece of silverware for some time.
Scrums this afternoon have not been very stable at all, have they?
Yeah, I think they've just been a bit eager. They often get that way at under 85s. They just kind of want to hit and get going again. Just need to settle down a little bit, slow the cadence down.
So, Brown with the ball. Gets it out quickly. Back out to Samuel. Off to Vulu. Vulu looking to cut open, but scraped to the ground by Schofield and Cosgrove. Building out nicely. Edmonds rolling out of that one. Fighting back, kick down, but this, has it gone out on the full? It has.
So, it's not too sure if players aren't judging the wind or direction.
Yes, it's been a bit.
It's happened a few times both ways.
So Jeffrey, sporting that impressive mullet, looks for his target. finds Milne. He gives out to Cosgrove. Louis Case, he's had a bit of a hard time coming on. They've really scragged around him as the Avalon defence. Out to Saugus, who kicks it through. Vulu chasing back.
It's a strong fend by Vulu. He's found space.
He's found space, and he's got some serious pace, and so does Schofield, who takes the ball and falcons himself into the turf.
Probably not much else he could have done there.
And so, line out inside the 22 for Avalon.
Yeah, probably want to put the icing on the cake here as a Wellington player comes back on. Or substituted, rather.
So that's Merkin's afternoon finish for the Axemen.
As the temperature drops a little bit too, Brad, I've
It's been
noticed.
quite nippy, hasn't it, in the last 5 minutes?
Looking rather grey in the north. And Avalon take it down again.
At the backs. Oh, fended off. Good work there by Oliver. Stretching out again, Tainui. Messi. Kicked in field, but we'll have the scrum for the Axemen.
Couple of knock-ons, I think, as Avalon look to bring in the substitutions. We've got about 2 or 3 on the sideline ready to go. Might as well get these players out on the field. Get a few minutes under their belt. Not sure who they're going to be playing next, but I'm sure it'll be a tough assignment nonetheless.
Stuart Calder in jersey 20. Onto the field for the Wolves. 4 seasons in 1 day here at Fraser Park today, even.
Yeah, I'm surprised it hasn't snowed.
Yeah. Good push by Avalon. Cosgrove gets it out in time. Sawgust. Awkward kick. With Tainui. Tainui just outside the 22. Yeah, looks like he's been bundled into touch.
Yeah, well, the flag's up.
Yep, so line out for the Axemen. Austin just being a bit cheeky there with Schofield with his headgear. So Jeffrey looks in. It's another bout of heavy rain. Pulls down on Fraser Park, number 1.
Another scrappy line out.
Scrappy line out.
Back.
Picked up by Milne. Knees are on the ground. They have to release. Arms out for the Axemen. Cosgrove, the halfback, hung through the ruck and doing well. Messy pass by Saugus. Schofield there. That white headgear. Bit of Wardenut. Knocked it on, but we'll come back for the infringement.
No clear release by the tackler there. And we really wouldn't mind if Steve Newsom blew full time, to be honest.
No, the rain just continues to find ways to get into this balcony. So August kicks this into touch. So 3 minutes to go on our clock here on the broadcast. 31:15. So that Avalon probably are safely through to the next round. Just the penalty in the second half for Wellington. Jeffrey finds Milne. Oh, keep them up long again.
They've really got to be a bit late now, but not a huge fan of it. Quite dangerous. As the Axemen get it wide and find some space.
Hands off Cosgrove again.
He's played well today, Cosgrove. Been everywhere, done everything.
Good award on it. Oh, nearly getting over the top of the ball there with the Wolves. 2 minutes to go. 31-15. Just a matter of salvaging some pride here for the Axemen to finish off what has been a pretty good season for the Sugarwoods. Tightly contested match. Through Mark Isaacs. Through Saugus. Chips it over the top. Tainui in the 22. Kicks it towards the touchline. Excellent kick.
More cries for being carried back or out on the full. They go unanswered.
Yeah, well, he was inside the 22. The ball had been kicked down by an Axemen player.
Good to see referee Newsom with a smile on his face this late in the game.
Yeah, mate, he's pretty grumpy by this stage.
It's been well reffed, actually.
It's been well refereed. Of course, we had him broadcast last Saturday, Wellington College and Scots. We refereed that very well. Vulu with the ball. 3 tries to his name. Here's Tainui. Kicks it through. Schofield chasing back.
Oh,
awkwardly.
Oh.
Saugus just gets there in time, but he's going to be carried back into the in goal.
If this, they could strip this, but they push him into touch and goal.
Goal line dropout.
Obviously, referee Newsom thought that Avalon took it back, because if the Axemen took that back, it should have been a 5-metre scrum.
Now, we're just going to have a bit of time off here.
Looks like there's a bit of a cramp down here on halfway. I would imagine we just play on here, Steve-O.
Just one of the Avalon players just a bit sore. Some of the magic treatment. So, time back on, goal line dropout.
It's a hefty boot.
Well, nearly hits the player lying on the ground, but Toby Oliver runs it up, making good metres. Just outside the 22. Brown out to Francis. Pass gone backwards. Into the hands of Kepper. Kepper still going. Oh, he's got the butterfingers. Knocked on.
May have had a bit of white line fever too. It's knocked on both ways and
still time to play.
Got time for a scrum apparently.
Still scrum to play. 31-15.
Avalon looking just to really put the icing on the cake for this game.
So Avalon will advance to the third round of the National Under-85 Cup competition. Axemen's season has come to an end, but they'll be pretty chuffed with how their season's been. Some silverware to take away. Kovacs's afternoon looks like it's over as he heads towards the dead ball line. Try for him in this match. Kick through. Slipped around. Picked up well by Timu. Here's Tainui. Tries to wiggle out.
Isolated. Wellington might have that. And they do. Well done.
Oh, good reward for Wellington. And it was Cody Milne.
Comes a bit late, but well, Wellington, one last throw at the dice to salvage a consolation try if they can.
Here's Saugus, kicks it down deep. So can they get a try to finish off the match, the Wellington X-Men? It's just going to be outside the 22. Jeffrey with the ball. We're just waiting for the ball to arrive. Eventually does. Apparently it wasn't the right one. Oh, stolen by Avalon in the hands of Sam O'Kane. He runs into Cosgrove, but he's going to be hitting the chalk as we await referee Newson. That is full time. And so the Avalon Wolves advance to the third round of the National Under-85 Club competition. And the season is over for the Wellington X-Men. Has been a pretty exciting game, Ethan. It's played pretty well.
Sure has, Brad. Avalon making the most of their opportunities early in the second half, and that put the buffer on. And they come away with the victory, well deserved. And we await who their opponents will be in the next round. But the X-Men should hold themselves up high. They've played well all year. Bit of silverware, and they did put up a good fight today. It just wasn't meant to be.
So the Avalon Wolves been in the semi-finals two times in the Under-85 Club competition. Can they do it again in season 2024? They're your victors this afternoon. Avalon 31, Wellington 15. I'd like to thank New Zealand Rugby. Do a great job with the Barbarians bringing you this Under-85 national competition. Many thanks to Ethan Loveridge for joining the broadcast. We'll see you tomorrow for our broadcast from Jerry Collins Stadium. It will be the first 15 Wellington final between St. Pat's Silverstream and Wellington College. We'll be really looking forward to that match. Great work by our cameraman today, Tamati Richards, braving all the elements that were thrown at him, bringing you some good pictures, and it's been a pleasure bringing you this match this afternoon. I am Brad Hudson. Ciao for now.